start by saying this. Some of us were born into storms. Some of us came into this world with pain already knocking at our doorstep. Maybe it was the silence of a father that never came home. Maybe it was the cracked voice of a mother stretched too thin to tell you how proud she was. Maybe it was waking up every morning wondering if life would be a little less cruel today, hoping the sky would hold just a sliver of mercy. I want to speak to the ones who carry pain like it's stitched into the fabric of who they are. I want to speak to the people who've walked through fire and still showed up. You, yes, you, who have learned how to laugh with tears still drying on your cheeks. You are the reason I'm here tonight, because there is purpose in that pain. There is beauty in your scars. There is glory in every broken piece you've managed to carry forward. You see, pain doesn't come knocking gently. No, it barges in like a storm, dragging everything in its path, shaking the very core of who we think we are. It leaves us asking why? Why me? Why now? Why this? And in the middle of that chaos, when your knees hit the floor and your breath is shallow, it feels like purpose is nowhere to be found. But let me tell you something I had to learn through my own scars. Pain is not the enemy. It is the man. And when we stop running from it, when we sit down with it, listen to it, hold it in our trembling hands, that's when it starts to whisper. That's when it starts to teach. That's when the seeds of purpose begin to take root. Do you know what pain really is? It's evidence that you're alive. It's the price of having a heart that feels. It's proof that your story is still unfolding. And no, it may not look pretty. Pain rarely does. It shows up in the form of rejection, abandonment, betrayal, grief, shame, failure. It shows up in places where hope once lived and now feels like a ghost town. But I want to tell you this, your pain is not your punishment. It is your invitation. It's calling you higher. It's calling you deeper. It's pulling you into the truest version of yourself, the one who knows how to turn ashes into art, who learns to dance in the ruins. We live in a world that tells us to numb it, avoid it, mask it with smiles and filters and quick fixes. But baby, healing doesn't happen in the pretending. Healing lives in the truth. It lives in the ugly cry, in the quiet moments of surrender, in the fists raised to the sky screaming, I can't take this anymore. That's where the breakthrough begins, because when you get tired of faking strong, when you decide to let yourself be seen in all your brokenness, that's when power enters the room. Not power from outside validation, but power from within. Power that comes from surviving what tried to break you. Power that comes from turning wounds into wisdom. I remember walking through my own valley. I remember feeling invisible, disposable, like my voice didn't matter. I remember asking God if he had forgotten about me. And I'll never forget the day I realized the pain hadn't come to destroy me. It had come to reveal me. I had to go through the fire to know I could walk through it. I had to be stripped of what I thought I needed so I could find what I truly had. I had to lose pieces of myself to find the woman I was born to become. And so do you. You are not here by accident. The pain you've endured was not in vain. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, that's purpose working its way into your soul. That's destiny being written in bold ink across the chapters of your life. And hear me when I say this, you have survived too much to live a small life. You have been forged in the fire for something greater. You have earned the right to show up unapologetically, to take up space, to speak your truth with trembling lips and a courageous heart. But purpose doesn't come all at once. It's not a lightning bolt. It's a slow burning flame. It's found in the little moments, in the decision to get out of bed when you'd rather hide, in the way you reach out to someone else, even while your own heart aches, in the quiet courage it takes to believe in a better tomorrow. Purpose grows in the cracks. It blossoms in the aftermath. It shows up when we least expect it and often looks nothing like we imagined. Maybe your pain was meant to give birth to compassion. Maybe it's teaching you how to love more deeply, how to forgive more freely, how to live more authentically. Maybe it's shaping you into someone who can walk into someone else's darkness with a lantern and say, I've been there. You're not alone. Maybe your story will be someone else's survival guide. Maybe your scars are not something to hide, but something to offer. Because when we share our pain, we create space for others to heal. We give permission for others to be human. And in that sacred exchange, purpose is born. I want you to stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can this teach me? Who can this help? That's where the shift happens. That's when you stop being a victim of your pain and become the author of your story. That's when your past stops defining you and starts refining you. Because you were never meant to stay in the valley. You were meant to rise from it. You were meant to use what hurts you to help someone else rise. And if all you've done today is survive, you're screaming into the void. But please, don't give up. Don't numb out. Don't silence your truth. Your voice matters. Your journey matters. Your pain is not a detour. It is the road itself. And somewhere along that road, if you keep walking, if you keep breathing, if you keep showing up, you will find your purpose. Not in spite of your pain, but because of it. Your greatest strength will rise from the ashes of your greatest struggle. So to the one who feels unseen, you are seen. To the one who feels like giving up, please stay. To the one who wonders if it will ever get better, it will. Not all at once and not without scars, but it will. And one day you'll look back and realize that the very thing that tried to bury you became the soil for something beautiful to grow. One day your pain will have a name, and that name will be purpose. And on that day, you'll understand why you had to go through every tear, every heartbreak, every lonely night. You'll see the people standing beside you, the lives you touched, the hope you restored, and you'll say to yourself, it was not wasted. None of it was wasted. That's the power of purpose. That's the beauty of pain. So walk forward, even if your steps are slow. Breathe deep, even if the air feels heavy. And trust that you are being shaped, not shattered. Trust that something greater is being born in you. And when the time comes, when the world sees you rise from the fire they thought would consume you, stand tall. Because your pain didn't break you, it built you. And now you get to be a light for someone else lost in the dark. That, my love, is how you find purpose in pain.